Hey adrenaline junkies, welcome to Police Pursuit. Today we launch a new, fresh series, When People Messed with the Wrong Cops.
Oh, fuck!
Every reckless choice flips on instant justice mode. Buckle up. Let's roll right now, folks. On June 5th, 2021 in Effingham County, a deputy spotted a black Mazda speeding along I-16 without a license plate. When officers attempted to stop, the driver refused and accelerated, triggering a high-speed pursuit. The chase stretched for miles with speeds exceeding 118 miles per hour. The Mazda weaved aggressively through traffic, drove along the shoulder to pass vehicles, and even sideswiped another car, yet continued fleeing, ignoring every signal to stop. As the danger escalated, deputies moved to end it. At the right moment, a unit closed in and executed pit. The impact broke the vehicle's balance and sending it spinning and sliding before finally coming to a stop. Doors flew open. Both suspects ran, but not for long. A K-9 unit quickly tracked down one while the second was apprehended shortly after. The pursuit ended with a clear lesson. Speed may buy a few moments of freedom, but every second of fleeing only raises the risk, and the outcome is always inevitable. Early on September 4th, 2022, near Parkin, a white Buick blasted through heavy fog at over 115 miles per hour. When officers attempted to stop, the driver refused and accelerated, weaving between semi-trucks.
Get out there and you get stopped.
The situation quickly became critical. Low visibility and high speed turned every second into a potential disaster as the vehicle forced its way through traffic. Without delay, the officer moved in and executed pit. The strike sent the Buick spinning out of control and slamming into the highway median. The vehicle came to a stop in smoke and debris. The suspect was taken into custody on the spot. Proof that decisive action can stop danger before it escalates further.
Get out.
256. Both our vehicles are damaged in the inside lane, though.
Rewind that moment. The pit clips the rear just as the car is slightly off balance, kicking the back end out instantly. Traction gives way, the body rotates sideways, slides out, and comes to a stop. No chance to recover.
Very satisfying end.
4613 TP 4613.
On May 31st, 2023 in Rockdale County, Officer Jay Bruno noticed a Honda Accord behaving unusually. A quick plate check showed the tag didn't belong to the vehicle, setting everything in motion.
Opposite trail, that vehicle will be 1080 West Avenue towards Green Street. I'll be disengaging. All emergency equipment has been deactivated.
When the stop was initiated, the driver immediately accelerated and fled. The pursuit was taken over by A. Cook as the Honda pushed forward at high speed, weaving through traffic in an attempt to stretch the distance. The opening came quickly. Cook closed in and executed pit. The impact broke the vehicle's balance, sending it sideways before it flipped and slid to a stop in the roadway.
Radio pit, just past intersection, roll over.
10-4 roll over. Just past the intersection.
Even then, Melon Marquez tried to run but was stopped within seconds. The pursuit ended the way it often does. You can delay it, but you can't escape the outcome waiting ahead.
Stop! Stop! 5-6 radio, he's 10-8, don't put back 4520. I want to tase you! Stop! Stop!
The report shows the suspect was convicted of felony fleeing, receiving 3 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. Additional misdemeanor charges, obstruction, driving on a suspended license, lane violations, improper tag, and no insurance resulted in consecutive 12-month probation terms, while several other charges were dismissed. On February 3, 2025 in Columbus, officers tracked a vehicle taken in an armed carjacking from a public library using flock cameras and aerial support. As patrol units closed in near Grove City, the driver immediately accelerated, refusing to comply and triggering a pursuit through active traffic corridors.
738 firm.
Hey, be advised, Grove City says the car that was tracked said somebody was shooting out of the vehicle.
Behind the vehicle. Careful, he could blow his head.
The suspect pushed aggressively, weaving between lanes and forcing vehicles aside, trying to break visual contact. But as he approached a red light packed with stopped cars, his speed collapsed. With traffic blocking every lane, the vehicle became momentarily trapped, boxed in with nowhere to go.
He shot at a vehicle, be advised. It's all slow enough, don't be afraid to pit him. Fuck! Okay, what found Addison?
A patrol unit closed distance rapidly from behind, aligning slightly offset to maintain control, then committed to a decisive rear-end strike. The impact came at the exact moment the suspect had no room to maneuver. Forward escape blocked, lateral movement limited. The hit disrupted the vehicle's balance and effectively shut down any chance of acceleration.
Stop.
You're on it. Stay on it.
Brakes.
Oh, fuck!
The suspect bailed immediately and ran, but perimeter units were already tightening. He was taken into custody within minutes, and a firearm was recovered. The sequence shows how quickly control flips. 1 second of restriction is all it takes to end a pursuit. The moment of being boxed in is the endpoint. Once space is eliminated, speed no longer matters. A single well-timed intervention is enough to break control, and all prior attempts to flee become meaningless. On June 5th in Franklin County, deputies attempted to stop a driver for a license plate violation and suspected impaired driving. Instead of complying, the driver accelerated, launching into a reckless escape through heavy traffic. The pursuit collapsed at the intersection of Tussing Road and Hill Road. Attempting to force the vehicle through a narrow gap between two cars, the driver miscalculated, clipping one vehicle before slamming into the second. The Devoy impact shattered control. The car spun violently and flipped over in the middle of the intersection, sending debris across the roadway. Inside were two passengers, one released at the scene, the other arrested on an outstanding felony warrant. One innocent driver suffered a broken toe while another escaped without injury. The driver now faces multiple serious charges. And the lesson is clear. At high speed, there is no room for error. Every reckless decision leads directly to consequences that cannot be avoided.
I'm gonna attempt to pit right here.
On the afternoon of July 31st, 2020 in Dayton, a white Nissan initially appeared to comply, slowing down and pulling slightly to the side on Stanley Avenue. But just as officers prepared to approach, the driver suddenly hit the gas and fled, instantly triggering a pursuit.
Westbound on Walters. Back on Alaska, heading back out towards Leo. Going westbound on Leo.
The escape quickly turned chaotic. The Nissan tore through residential areas at high speed, weaving between lanes and blasting through intersections without slowing. Stop signs and red lights were completely ignored, forcing other drivers to brake hard or swerve to avoid collisions. As the chase went on, the vehicle began to fall apart. Debris scattered across the road, one wheel severely damaged, the car shaking violently. Yet the driver kept pushing forward.
Westbound on Warner. On Notre Dame. Going eastbound. Southbound on Best Stop. Back on Chapel, heading towards Children's. Okay, passing Children's.
The end came at a signalized intersection. While other vehicles were lawfully crossing, the Nissan charged straight through at high speed and slammed directly into another car. The impact was violent. The vehicle spun, was thrown toward the curb, and came to a stop in a cloud of smoke and debris.
Just got hit, staying like spinning out of control.
Within seconds, officers closed in and surrounded the scene. With nowhere left to go, the driver stepped out and surrendered on the spot, bringing the dangerous pursuit to an end. On December 16, 2023, near mile marker 10, a trooper spotted a black Chrysler 200 making an improper lane change. When a stop was attempted, the vehicle fled, pulling multiple units into the pursuit.
We're passing the clover leaf. H4, if you let me up there, I'll pit him out.
You want to wait on spikes?
Call everybody south of us trying to pit him. Speed 111, passing 1, coming up to exit 3.
That's where 111.
We're trying to pit him now. Now y'all be aware if he pits him, it's going to be shut down pretty quick, so just be mindful of that. Speed 106, we're coming up to 3 now. Ken, if you're up there, get the spikes. Somebody in post 1, get the spikes set up.
The car merged onto I-540 toward Fort Smith, tossing bags onto the roadway while driving along the shoulder and even the median. Each move raised the risk for everyone nearby.
He may lose it there.
Speed to 100. Enforcement coming up 29 to trying to get it medium.
10-4.
Yeah, we got a little bit of heavy traffic up here.
The chase ended on the Arkansas River Bridge. There, an officer executed TVY, breaking the vehicle's control and forcing it to stop.
Life lane, 17, hold the traffic back there, hold the traffic back there.
Anthony Brownotter, Jasmine Page, and Joshua Shepard were taken into custody. Large quantities of drugs were recovered, ending a pursuit where every attempt to escape only made things worse. On February 15, 2024 in Arkansas, a Dodge Charger carrying 4 suspects pushed speeds up to 210 kilometers per hour, slicing through heavy traffic and forcing multiple vehicles to scatter.
Fair Park Boulevard.
Units held back, waiting, because at that speed, timing matters more than distance. Once the Charger exited into a less congested stretch near residential roads, a pursuing officer began closing the gap from a slight rear quarter angle.
Can't hear you.
He sideswiped that car back there.
Oh, did he? It looked like he side. Alright, we just turned on Jackson. State's no longer with me here at 26 in Jackson. About to end this shit. If I can get up on him, I'm ending this.
What's that?
If I can get up on him, I'm ending this. Alright, turning on Boulevard, 28th and Boulevard. Continuing on Boulevard, 50.
The setup was precise. The patrol car edged into position at the left rear quarter panel, matching speed just long enough to stabilize the approach. Then the contact, short, controlled, but forceful. The rear lost traction instantly. The Charger snapped sideways, rotating across the roadway. Momentum carried it offline, overcorrecting as it left the pavement and slammed directly into the front of a house. The stop was violent and final.
Coming up to Asher. TBI, get a building.
Before the engine noise even died, all 4 suspects bailed and ran. But with units already converging, they were quickly tracked and taken into custody. Inside, drugs and a converted Glock. Explaining exactly why the driver pushed that hard.
Gray pants, black hoodie, blue jeans. Continuing.
On March 11, 2022, around 8:03 a.m. near Lave, a white Chevy was clocked speeding on Highway 135. When emergency lights came on, the driver initially pulled over, but seconds later suddenly floored it, triggering a pursuit.
10-4 crossing 142 on 135. Returns to a white Malibu out of Corning.
46 County. I'm in a pursuit southbound.
48-year-old bro, your possible driver on that's going to be Austin Causey. He's recently stopped suspended out of that car. 10-4. DOB 2001-522. No.
The vehicle raced toward Oak Grove at speeds over 100 miles per hour, weaving through traffic. As a school bus appeared ahead and traffic began to build, the danger escalated instantly.
Yeah, about to turn on First Road.
It's almost school time, so I mean I can attempt to pit before we get there.
135 south at 34 on public service with Fairville at the time. I'm on 35 now. There's school buses in front of me.
The moment came fast. As the vehicle briefly slowed, officers moved in and executed pit. The precise strike broke control. The Chevy slid off the roadway and down an embankment.
Pit successful, north of Oak Grove.
10-4, north of Oak Grove.
The vehicle came to rest damaged, and Louia Matthew Dunn was taken into custody after a short struggle. What began as a traffic stop ended as a clear reminder. One decision to run can escalate everything in minutes.
Car's clear, car's clear. You're about to get tased. Better put your hands behind your fucking back.
Man, you ain't got to treat me like that.
You ain't got to try to kill everybody on my highway either.
Man, you ain't got to talk to me like that, dude. Fuck you. You ain't got to talk to me like that.
At approximately 10:02 a.m., on June 13, 2023, A trooper with the Arkansas State Police attempted to stop a silver Chevrolet Camaro on U.S. Highway 67 after noticing an unreadable temporary tag and several equipment violations. However, just as the trooper stepped out of the patrol vehicle to approach, the Camaro suddenly accelerated away, initiating a high-speed pursuit.
Woodline now, right on Woodline. Taking left into a gas station.
The chase quickly headed toward Texarkana along rain-slicked roadways. Speeds reportedly exceeded 130 miles per hour as the driver made sharp turns, illegally passed other vehicles, and even ran red lights, creating a serious danger to surrounding traffic. The Camaro briefly slowed while passing near Arkansas Highway 108. The suspect vehicle briefly slowed down, unintentionally giving officers the opportunity to close in and make the first contact.
Okay, just keep right on. There's a bridge before you get to Barter Farms, between the 12 and the Barter Farms on suspects at that bridge.
When conditions allowed, the trooper moved in to perform a tactical vehicle intervention, TVI, to end the pursuit. The first attempt was unsuccessful as the suspect maintained control. On the second attempt, however, the maneuver caused the Camaro to lose traction, leave the roadway, and slide into a roadside ditch.
Show me your fucking hands! Show me your fucking hands! Show me your fucking hands! Take your hands up, get out the vehicle!
The driver was later identified as Dustin Sockwell, who was taken into custody at the scene without further incident. Sockwell admitted he fled to avoid having the vehicle impounded. During a search of the car, officers discovered marijuana inside. He now faces a felony fleeing charge along with several additional traffic violations and misdemeanor offenses.
Look at me. You almost hit me head on. I got 2 fucking kids.
Sorry, sir.
Get up. What are you running for?
Man, because my car just got impounded. I just come from the Empire lot.
Man, no.
On July 14, 2020, THP units pursued a Florida suspect through Knoxville. From the start, the driver made it clear, no intention of stopping. Speed increased, lanes crossed, pressure built. Units maintained spacing, holding off until traffic ahead thinned. Then the window opened.
Clear the construction zone now. Lane 67 miles an hour, 386 over 6. Is there any city, county units involved in this? There are several city or county units behind us. I'm not sure about the city.
A trooper moved in from a controlled rear quarter angle and executed a textbook pit. The contact was clean, rear traction broke. The vehicle rotated nearly 180 degrees, tires screeching as it slid sideways across active lanes before stopping completely.
Copy 387. You get a safe location in the pursuit. Temple. Goldie, we're passing the split there. I see it.
That should have been the end. But as officers approached, using doors for cover and issuing commands, the situation flipped instantly. Gunfire erupted. A rapid exchange followed, nearly 70 rounds fired in seconds.
Successful pit.
When it stopped, the suspect was down. The vehicle had been neutralized, but the threat hadn't ended with it. That's the reality. Stopping the car doesn't guarantee stopping the danger.